Hey everybody, so finally we're going to get a chance to look at the new Overdress trial decks. I know this has been something that everyone's been asking for. I literally just got these in the mail yesterday. Um, haven't had a chance to go through them. I started filming this one and then I had some difficulty with my computer, so I had to redo this. Um, so one of them is already pre-opened, but didn't really get too far into it, so nothing really there. People have been wondering which ones I'm gonna focus on. Um, Pretty much everyone, as far as like the people that I consider, team. Everyone's gonna be specializing in at least two or three. So the chances are I'm going to be able to provide you content for all of them eventually. I'm going to dabble in each of them, but the three that will be focused on are Dragon Empire, which shouldn't surprise any of you if you know me. Um, Cater Sanctuary, because I've played damn near every clan that was in the Royal Sanctuary Nation, and then I always really liked Link Joker for the Stargate Nation, or as it's called now, Bront Gate. So those are the three that we'll be focused on. Stoichia and Dark States will eventually get some love from me, but they are going to be on the bottom of the list for now. But just to give them some love, I decided I would open the two of them first. I'm probably going to break this into two videos because there really isn't a whole lot to go through here. I didn't want to spend too much time going through these because, you know, if you're really that interested, I want you to see what you want to see, and then that's it. So, anyway. So, for Dark States, this covers the Spike Brothers, Dark Irregulars, Pale Moon, and Gear Chronicle clans. Out of those four clans, the only one that I consistently played was Gear Chronicle, so this was an easy one for me to move to the bottom of my priorities as far as deck building goes. If you know me, Pale Moon never was something that worked with me, even though I built it multiple times, and I tried for, at least two or three times, and the deck just never worked for me. Dark Irregulars was never my cup of tea, and Spike Brothers I built twice, mainly because, the football theme. I like football, so I thought, what the hell? I just never stuck with it because the playstyle just didn't fit my playstyle personally. Even though I did get good with the deck, there were just other decks that I'd rather play. So both of the Spike Brothers decks that I ended up building ended up being passed off to my friend Aaron, who played them. So, anyway, let's get into this Dark States deck. So the first thing, after opening and just kind of gazing through it, the first top part of the trial deck is the key cards that you want for the ride deck, which is really nice. So the first one is obviously our cover boy, Bruce. He is the poster child of the trial deck and pretty much the main character for the Dark States Nation, Donji. So Bruce, he's pretty straightforward. At the start of your ride phase, you can declare Final Rush, and then his ability is when this unit attacks, if you're in Final Rush, you can Soul Blast 5 and stand all of your front row rear guards. So fits the Spike Brother theme. Spike Brothers was always a heavy rush clan with big numbers, and it's nice to see that stayed the same. For the grade 2 for the ride deck version, we got Diablos Anger Richard. So his ability is when this unit is placed on the Vanguard circle, you can put a rear guard into your soul and draw one for deck filtering, so that's nice. And then his other skill is when you're in Final Rush, he gets plus 5k. So that's pretty good. For the grade 1, we got Diablos Bad Steve. Auto skill is when this unit is placed on the Vanguard circle, you can choose a card from your soul and call it to the back row center. So most likely it's going to be your starter. Actually, it will be your starter because that'll be the only card that's in there. And then you get to soul charge 1. And then his other skill is when you're in Final Rush, this card gets plus 5k. So he can either attack or boost for 13. That's nice. And then we have our starter, Diablos Innocent Matt. So Matt, all he does is when he's rode on, if you went second, you get to draw a card. So this is going to be the ride deck, obviously. So there's that. I'm really excited for the ride deck, honestly, for the Overdress format. It's going to take a lot of the I didn't draw grade 2, so I guess I lose games. So that's actually something I'm looking forward to. Now we're just going to go through the rest of the trial deck. You get 4 copies of this Time Fissuring Fist Colossus. So this has the Gear Chronicle vibe look to it. His skill is when this unit is placed on the rear guard, you can soul charge 1, and then if you're in final rush, you can counterblast 1, and this unit gets plus 15k until end of turn. So he becomes 28k on his own, so he becomes big boy. So really handy when you're using that final rush mechanic to try and end the game. We got 3 copies of just a standard 10k vanilla Icicle Ein Iser. So 10k body. We got 3 copies of Steam Gunner Brody. His skill is when this unit is put on the Guardian Circle, you can counterblast 1, and this unit gets plus 5k shield, so he can guard for 10 if you're placing him there. So that's nice. We got 4 copies of Acrobat Presenter. So here we have kind of a Pale Moon-like vibe. Skill is when this unit attacks or boosts, if your Vanguard is Violence Bruce, you can soul charge 1, and then if you're in final rush, you can soul charge 1 as well. So that's nice. So they're staying true to the Spike Brothers and needs soul, so that makes sense. And then one thing that's still they're keeping with is we're getting a playset of perfect guards in the trial decks, which is really nice. Just your standard place it on the guard, discard a card, and then whatever unit you're using it on can't be hit. Next we get into the triggers. We have our 1 copy of our new Over trigger. So his name is Spiritual King of Determination, and I'm not even going to try and pronounce that last name. Yeah. So you can only have 1 of these in your deck, and so when it's revealed as a trigger, you get to remove that card, draw a card, and choose one of your units, and it gets plus 100 million until the end of turn. So essentially what this means is if it's checked as a damage trigger, you get to immediately remove it, so that damage didn't really happen. You're going to get to draw 1 card, and your Vanguard pretty much becomes untouchable unless your opponent checks their over trigger. I guarantee you eventually there's going to be a way in Overdress format to eliminate the over trigger effect from your opponent if they check it like this, or there's going to be an effect out there that's like, this card does, when it attacks, it does not take in the account of the over trigger or something like that, or maybe not, but I know in set 1 all of the nations are getting their own specialized over trigger, but this is still not a bad one to start with, to be honest. We got 4 copies of Diablos Girl I don't know. 4 draw trigger, Diablos Boy Jake, Diablos Officer Killian for our 3 front triggers, and then we got Diablos Girl Ariana for our heel trigger. So still got your 16 triggers. And then we get 1 order card, and that is Brother's Soul. It's just a grade 1 order card, and when you play it, you get to soul charge 2. So that is pretty handy. Help you build up for that final rush attack. So we are now just going to go straight into Stoichia. I'm probably going to break this into 2 videos, like I said, and the other one I'll cover the 3 that I'm going to focus on. That one will probably be a little more detail. Now, Stoichia, that covers Mega Colony, Aquaforce, Grand Blue, Great Nature, and Neo Nectar. Now, out of all those clans, I played because for this one, remember they took the blue and the green clans and they threw them together. For the green clans, Mega Colony was always played by my teammate Sam. So any Mega Colony stuff I got, I always just gave to him. Neo Nectar, I was just never really that interested in. I don't even recall if I ever tried to build it. And then Great Nature was the only one that I ever did build. And Great Nature for me either went very well or very horrible. I couldn't have I couldn't play a passive normal game. It was either my opponent didn't draw a thing and I just overpowered them because I drew everything, or the deck wouldn't work. So I didn't play Great Nature for long. I might try Stoichia again because I did, however, play Aquaforce quite a bit. Never really played Grand Blue much, and Bermuda Triangle, don't get me started. So anyway, we'll start with the cards that are for the ride deck, and the first one is Sylvan Horn Beast Magnolia. I will say this, the Stoichia cards are very, very beautiful, so they do got that going for them. So his ability is Vanguard skill. At the end of the battle that this card attacked, you can counterblast one and choose one of your rear guards until end of turn. That unit can attack from the back row and it gets plus 5k. If you Persona Road this turn, though, choose 3 rear guards instead of 1. So it does still fit the Great Nature and Aquaforce theme a little bit, in the essence of that you're not only going to get multiple attacks, you're going to get attacks from the back row, and they're also going to power up, which is something that Great Nature and Aquaforce simultaneously both did. Great Nature's advantage, though, is anytime that they sacked units, they tend to search more units and draw cards. The grade 2 for this ride deck is Sylvan Horn Beast Lattice, I think is how you say that. So whenever this card is rode on by Magnolia, you can Soul Blast one and reveal the top card of your deck. If it is a unit, you get to call it to the rear guard, and if it's not, you get to put it into your hands. So either way, you're going to get a +1. And then his ability in the back row is when this unit attacks a Vanguard, you can Soul Blast one, and this unit gets plus 10k until end of turn. So if he's in the back row and he swings on a Persona Ride turn, he can swing for 25k. So that's pretty good. Oh my god. This Sylvan Horn Beast Charis, I have no idea what this thing is supposed to be. He's cute as hell, though. When this unit is rode on by Lattice, you may reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a grade 2 or less unit, call it. If not, put it into your soul. Okay, interesting. And then his ability is, from the back row, during the battle that this unit attacked, it gets plus 5k. So I'm sensing a theme. And then, oh my god, Silver Horn Beast Lode. This card is absolutely adorable. So when rode upon, if you went second, draw a card. Little kitty cat. So first impression, pretty good ride deck, honestly. So that's pretty good. Going into the rest, we have 3 copies of Seizing / Mutant Brust Slash. This has kind of like the Mega Colony feel to it. Just 3 10k vanillas. Good lord, 4 copies of Sylvan Horn Beast Duger. If you have 4 more other rear guards, he gets plus 5k. Kind of a white tiger. They really went all out on these animal cards. Next, we have 4 copies of Looting Petal Stomalia. Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1. Until end of turn, this unit gets boost and plus 5k. So, damn, that fits the Neo Nectar theme a little bit. And then we have here 4 copies of Knight of Friendship Cyrus. That's actually kind of cool, because Knight of Friendship was also a Royal Paladin card. Knight of Friendship Cyrus, his ability is on the rear guard, once per turn, act ability. You can Soul Blast 2 and reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a unit, you get to call it to rear guard, and if not, put it into your hand. So, kind of has that Musketeer feel. And then 4 perfect guards, and they kept with the Neo Nectar theme for that. we got the one over trigger. I already covered it, so I'm not gonna explain that again. We have our 4 copies of a crit. We have 4 copies of another draw, and 3 copies of a front trigger monkey. And then we have 4 copies of our heal trigger. Zlot. Again, I don't know why they insist on giving us these names that tongue tie us, but I will say this: the Stoichia, Great Nature, like animal themed cards. These are some of the most beautiful cards I've ever seen. So they get A+ for that. And then we got 2 copies of this Call to the Beasts. This is a Blitz Order card. So it's a grade 2 Blitz Order card, and when activated, you get to choose one of your units. It gets plus 5k until the end of battle. And then if you have 3 or more back row rear guards, it gets plus 15k instead of 5k. So, damn. So, Great Nature players specifically, I think, are going to especially love this. It fits they kind of tutored it to kind of pander to both Aquaforce and Great Nature as far as just this particular start deck goes. So I think if you're an Aquaforce, Great Nature player, or even Neo Nectar, and for that matter, I think you're really gonna love this start deck. Not a whole lot of Mega Colony like skills, but pretty good. So in this video, we covered both the Dark States and the Stoichia trial decks. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will be doing a second video where I cover the other 3. So thank you very much for watching, and make sure you guys leave your thoughts below. Tell me, are you going to be playing Stoichia or Dark States? If so, tell me what you hope to see for them in the future, and I will look to see you guys later. Bye-bye.